looking at my camera, and if you've read my Facebook at all, I have been doing a lot of run, fatty, run, and I haven't been paying attention to my weight. And just looking at my camera, I'm just like, wow, I have lost some fucking weight. Damn. Woohoo! Run, fatty, run!
Yeah, have you seen Kevin Smith lately?
Oh my god.
I'm working on it, but I'm not cutting out sugar like that.
I did not catch that, John. Have you seen Kevin Smith lately?
Oh, hell yeah, I've seen him. He looks good.
Yeah, no kidding. It's part of me that wants to see if I can find his wife's email and be like, do you feel like you're having an affair when you have sex with him now?
Actually, it's funny. Have you noticed how much he looks like a toddler wearing his older brother's clothes now?
It's just weird that he kind of looks really... I don't... Normal is the only thing I can think of to say. There's no roundness to his face anymore. It's not like he's looking like a friggin' Holocaust victim or anything, but it's just...
Yeah, no. It's more
there's a really handsome man that was under all that fat. Yeesh. He's also, if you've been listening to any of his podcasts, he's a proud proponent of proving that screw Viagra, just eat beets. It's like his slogan, eat beets, they'll get your dick hard.
Good to know. That would require me to eat beets, and yeah,
well,
no.
He's been juicing them for the most part, mainly. He's been putting them into smoothies, stuff like that. And he says every time he has one of those smoothies, he winds up chasing his wife around the house like he's a teenage boy.
I don't think it's just the beets. I think it's the generally healthier diet. Though I swear to God, you will never catch me getting on the juicing fad or anything like that because I'm sorry. I'm a fat kid. I will always be a fat kid. If I have to put it in a blender to drink it in order to consume it on a regular basis, it's not worth my time.
Bullshit. You are more than happy to go on a liquid diet if it involves going to Ireland and getting yourself a fucking Guinness there.
Yeah, but that doesn't require me to put it in a blender. I didn't say liquid diet. I said juicing. Now, granted, if I can figure out a way to juice a ham, I might be into it.
Juicing a ham. I'm pretty sure that's a Muppet sex move. Anyway. And welcome to High Class Geek News, where we completely forgo all the news that's actually important, so we can talk instead about the news you actually give a shit about. I'm your friendly neighborhood geekazoid, Evan Ransom. With me today is the angry monkey himself, who has promised never to go juicing.
Now you're damn right, unless it. Yeah, again, juice some bacon. Juice. If I can figure out how to juice a cheesecake, I might be into it.
And Nikki B, who's showing us all how to be gangsta Fargo style.
Apparently, I guess.
Yeah, Nick. 1994 called, and the boy band is still looking for you.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I think what happened when the Kurt Cobain style garage band and the late '90s boy band get together and have a pop failure baby. Just based off of the visual.
Yeah,
but I'm bummed.
Yeah. But no, we're glad to have you, especially since we're missing Jixie. Tonight's episode, the one where I forget to think up a main story.
Ooh, I know what this main story is about.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Early onset Alzheimer's.
I'm trying to get all my senior moments out of the way early so that I'll be that much more entertaining in the retirement home.
Yeah. I'm gonna shut off this damn idiot box and go watch some Rockford Files.
Sorry, I'm getting excited. I'm on vacation. I'm trying to get actual work done. Finally finish editing that pilot episode to Grand Guignol. I got a whole other podcast, which actually the two are connected. It's A Brief History of Comics podcast, which will be not only on the internet, but on Little Raleigh Radio, on the condition I stick to a weekly schedule. The reason I'm doing that one is to give me more practice with audio editing.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Which John has agreed to be a part of.
I haven't agreed to shit.
You stayed on. I point out by staying on.
I agreed to it. That just means I didn't have time to take off the notifications. I haven't agreed to shit yet.
Oh, come on. You can easily hook up the phone to the board.
Again, I haven't agreed to shit yet. Let's move on and get today's podcast started.
But I'm pointing out now, if you actually do in the end agree to it, you are banned from the Jack Kirby episode. But I'll be more than happy to have you for the Will Eisner one.
We will figure that out as we get there. Let's proceed.
Let's proceed. Coming out in movies this week: Captive, Everest, Maze Runner: The Scorch Trials, because apparently the first one actually made enough money. Pawn Sacrifice, the Emily Blunt actioner Sicario, and the movie I've been waiting for since I first found out about it earlier this year, Black Mass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Gotta go
With Johnny Depp playing... God, what's the guy's nickname? Something Bulger? It's on the FBI's most wanted list for... Oh, it's going to be great. Home video, Furious 7, Cinderella, Monkey Kingdom, Love and Mercy, Heaven Knows What, and The Overnight.
Huzzah!
And trailers this week. John, I feel like these trailers were made for guys like you and me. We got two big ones that came out. First one looks like to be basically a foreign film, The Hollow.
Yeah.
It's about family goes out into the woods, run afoul of basically the Fae folk.
Yeah. That one I'm kind of trepidatious about. It's tough to do a horror film about the Fae folk. It can be.
Actually, no, not really.
Think about
if you know your traditional Fae folk, it's pretty easy. Come on.
But therein lies the problem. Is most, I hate to say most, the general populace doesn't know the stories and traditions. I mean, look at the bastardizations we got with films from the 80s like Leprechaun and Troll and Ghoulies and shit like that, where it was attempting to make it creepy.
I don't think most people realize those were Fae folk.
That's the problem. You could do another one with Fae folk, and most people don't realize they're Fae folk.
Personally, what gets me into this one is that they're not sticking to just one kind of Fae folk. Like, it's not just a leprechaun or a troll. There's changelings, there's genuine straight-out fairies, there seems to be some, there's definitely some little trolls in there. It's showing it's multiple ones.
Yeah.
It's, at least, I'm looking at it this way, maybe in the long run it may not be the greatest horror movie ever, but it's far more fucking creative than what we've been seeing lately, that we've been stuck with our theaters around this time of year.
True.
It'll
of
be
creative,
something interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And speaking of creative and Fae folk, Krampus.
I am so going to see that. The trailer alone, I'm like, oh my god, yay! Somebody. I'm so sick of seeing these, quote unquote Christmas horror films.
Lord.
Rabbit, are you having a seizure?
Speaking of the Krampus. Hey, Rabbit.
Hello.
He got problems.
You look sinister. I feel like you should be about ready to threaten us.
There's a rave in the rabbit hole.
Moving on. Our first looks this week, we got a wonderful picture on Twitter, thanks to Ryan Reynolds, of Deadpool reading a book while hanging out with Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Yep.
And I am still amazed that this character is going to be in the movie when all she did in the comic was die on her first appearance.
Well,
never resurrected.
Well, maybe that's what they're planning to do with her. Every good comic book
There's so
movie
many
needs
X-Men.
Somebody to die. So
they're putting her in the movie when there's so many other X-Men you think would get there first. I mean, I expect Cypher to pop up before her. At least he came back.
True.
Yep.
Also, we got a full-on movie clip for all those girls who thought that Loki, what's-his-face plays Loki, Tom Hiddleston, was not hot enough. We got a clip of him singing a Hank Williams song from the upcoming movie I Saw the Light.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you feel about that one, John?
I'm actually looking forward to this one. I've seen the trailer for it. Listening to this song. He's got Hank Williams Sr. down damn good. I mean, there's not a damn thing I can find a problem with.
I'm always...
Go ahead. Evan is frozen.
Oh.
Say it again, Evan, because you're frozen.
I think I missed something there.
You were frozen.
I froze.
You froze.
Oh, shit. No, I said I just am greatly enjoying the fact that it's a British guy doing country music.
Yeah. Not the first one, won't be the last.
Oh, I know. And unlike some people that like to say certain actors are too urban to play certain characters, I'm smart enough to know an actor doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to be limited. So, speaking of going outside of limits, in casting news, it looks like we are getting a remake of the 80s classic Roadhouse, with the main character being played by popular MMA star Ronda Rousey.
I'm actually looking forward to this.
When asked about they said we wanted to go for a more masculine main character than the original.
Hi-oh.
Actually, Rabbit and I were just talking about this, and like, who's going to play the Sam Elliott character? Wouldn't it be awesome if they got Sam Elliott to do it again?
He should. They really should.
Yes, they should.
Oh no, I never know. Strangely enough, I never saw the original.
You haven't?
What?
Wait.
How have you never?
I have
Go. Go now. Go now. We'll take care of this. You need to go fix this problem.
I will before the movie comes out.
Okay.
John will tell you. He's seen the collection. For every gap, I make up for it tenfold.
Yeah, no. I will give you credit. You have an impressive collection. But for you to have not seen Roadhouse, that's like not seeing the Blues Brothers, man. I
also haven't seen Red Dawn.
Well, that's Red Dawn. That's different.
I've seen the Blues Brothers, of course. It's the fucking Blues Brothers.
I mean,
there are only 2 SNL movies that are any good that people should watch, and I have watched them both.
Which are?
Blues Brothers and Wayne's World, the first one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Evan. You have missed one. Have you forgotten about the ladies' man?
Are you kidding me?
Oh, fuck you, man. It is delightful. Fuck you.
It's not a classic, though.
It is a classic. That's why there was only one.
It's a classic to you.
Of course it's a classic to me.
It's not a classic SNL movie unless it has a shitty-ass sequel.
You don't... It did have a shitty-ass sequel.
Straight to video?
It was called Pootie Tang.
That was Chris Rock! Moving on. And Tom Cruise is teaming up with Doug Liman again for the movie Luna Park. I will be watching this because it is a heist movie in space.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this going, yay, another Tom Cruise flick that I'm not going to watch.
I can't help it. I love Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah, no.
Simon Pegg.
Oh, well, yeah, it's Simon Pegg with the lead, but you know what? Just because Simon Pegg's in it does not redeem the rest of them. Hell, it's got Simon Pegg and Ving Rhames, and still not enough to make me watch it.
I don't know, I like watching them now because now they actually have a team.
Yeah,
it took them like 5 fucking movies, but they have one.
If I wanted to watch a horrible movie in which the lead character is way too short to be the lead character, and they're constantly having to film him at upward angles, then I'd go watch Spawn again so I can marvel at frickin' Martin Sheen.
Just a little bit angry about that.
No, let's talk about Trainspotting.
This is an interesting segue.
Well, in production news, Danny Boyle has confirmed that the Trainspotting sequel is his next film.
Yeah, no, doesn't need to happen.
Well, it's already happened.
I don't care if it doesn't. If it's already happened. We don't need another Trainspotting film. We have
Yes,
one.
we do.
No, we don't. That would be like making a second SLC Punk film. It doesn't need to be made.
Now, when I say it already happened, what a lot of people probably don't know is that Trainspotting is based off of a book. The book has already got a sequel. Apparently, an important part of the book is how the entire time he's been in jail, Sick Boy has been sending Begbie gay porn and claiming that it was all from Ewan McGregor's character. I need to see this in film form.
Well, you enjoy that because I'm not going to.
That and any excuse to see What's-Her-Name naked again is never a bad one.
Oh, okay, seriously, Rabbit. What is going on with the fucking light?
He's
I don't
in
know
a
what you're
horror-
talking about.
It is really fucking irritating.
He's in a gay club.
He's
How's
hired.
that? Is that
He's
better?
hired a teenager. He hired a teenager to flip on and off the switch in the background. It's like,
All right, the chief. We installed the light switch at the proper level so you could turn the lights on and off comfortably. Not have light switch rays.
the system
Speaking of
is down.
interesting
The system
visuals,
is down.
for the next Bond movie, Spectre, it has been confirmed that Sam Smith will be providing the theme song.
Huh.
Hmm.
I can't wait till he has to pay some semi-obscure, by today's standards, 90s band for it.
Yeah.
You know who really needs to make a Bond theme song? And this is
A
just...
hip-hop artist.
No. We don't need a hip
No, that'll happen. That'll happen on the next one. Because
No, we do, because it's practically the only fucking genre that hasn't been a James Bond theme song. It's starting to annoy me.
No, that's not true. They haven't done a country and western theme song yet.
And they well, that one requires the theme that matches it for the movie. Also, I blame partially on the fact that Johnny Cash is dead. Because if Johnny Cash did it, I don't care what the theme of the movie is, it'll work.
Now, you know what's going to be funny? You know the big uproar going on right now about Idris Elba being called too street to play Bond?
right.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. It was funny.
Yeah. I'm honestly waiting. Okay, based on your statement, Evan, it's going to happen. What's going to happen is Idris Elba is going to get the Bond role.
No, he's
and
not.
Just wait. They're going to go with Idris. With all the uproar that's happened, they're going to switch it over. They're going to give Idris, but that's the one they're going to use hip-hop as the theme song for.
Oh, God.
It's not going to be Idris Elba. First of all, Daniel Craig has one more on his contract. This has been public news since he signed on for Casino Royale. Second of all, it's not going to be Idris Elba because they never go for already popular actors to play the role of James Bond.
Bullshit.
But wait. Daniel
I'm sorry.
Craig was...
Who had a career that was literally worth something to anyone before they played James Bond? Nobody
Pierce
knew who
Brosnan.
the Connery was before James Bond. Nobody cared about anyone
Daniel
who
Craig.
knew
What about
Roger
Daniel
Moore.
Craig?
Only knew him from The Saint, but he wasn't considered a film star before James Bond. Same thing with Pierce Brosnan. No one gave a shit about...
No. Hang on a minute. Pierce Brosnan actually had a fairly illustrious career before he got Bond, which is the reason he got Bond in the first place.
No, he got Bond because he was in a television show. And this was during a time where being a television show was considered slumming it compared to film.
No, he had film credits and TV credits to both his name. I'm sorry, dude. I'm going to argue this one.
But he wasn't famous beyond that one television show, which was only going to a niche market.
Dude, Pierce Brosnan had a name for himself before he got Bond. Bond did not make him.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. He
No,
would not have the career he has today.
it didn't.
It certainly helped.
Bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit.
He'd
That
still be
you're
a
not even-
TV actor if he didn't do James Bond.
He had film credit to his name. He was
Most
very
people
big in the
who
late
work in
80s and early
television have a
90s.
film credit to their name. Notice how
Dude,
they're
no,
never
it's
the
not just
star
one
of
film
those
credit.
films.
He has star credits to his name before he got Bond.
Name one.
Bullshit.
GoldenEye happened. IMDb. GoldenEye happened in '95. Before that, he was in Mrs. Doubtfire, which was big enough.
Main character. He was
Not as the main
character.
character. He was
Night
in.
Watch, Don't Talk to
he
Strangers,
was
Love
in.
Affair.
The Remington Affair?
He was in Lawnmower Man, not the main character again.
God, you don't want to brag about
The
that.
Heist, the television film. Around the World in 80 Days, Murder 101, Victim of Love, The Lawnmower Man in
He brought up the
1992.
Lawnmower Man.
Mrs. Doubtfire, Death Train, Entangled, Broken Chain, Love Affair, Don't Talk to Strangers. He started in '79, and he only had a small break between 1980 and 1986, and I'm guessing that's when he was doing television. Yes, that's when he was doing television as Remington Steele in Remington Steele.
Thank you.
Now, how many of those are considered big movies or classics today, and of those few that were, how many of them was he actually a main character and had more than about 10, 15 minutes screen time?
Oh, God. You know...
Let's not even go. Let's move on. We're going to argue this as the day is long.
The side character. Anyway. Christopher Nolan has announced that his next movie is coming out in the summer of 2017. And because it's a Christopher Nolan movie, I'm surprised we know that much. Seriously, J.J. Abrams is not as good at keeping this shit a secret as he is. Ladies and gentlemen, many of geek girls out there, their prayers have been answered. Wonder Woman starts filming in November.
Well, huzzah!
I cannot claim that this will be a good movie. I'm not going to be an ass and say it's a bad movie. But we cannot say that no one is making a female-centric superhero movie anymore. We have a production date.
Well, there you go.
And it's DC, so yeah, we're going to hold our breath on that one.
They should have made it.
Someone at Warner Brothers actually listens to emails and internet chatter. Who knew?
Well, they should have made it animated. It would be good.
We already have an animated Wonder Woman movie, and it's actually spectacular.
Yeah, Nick, I'm not even going to go there with you right now. Moving on.
Okay.
Also, Guillermo del Toro is producing an untitled movie that he claims will be a cross between WALL-E and Splash. Keep in mind, he's producing it, not directing it, so this does not derail Pacific Rim 2. You shake your head. Guillermo del Toro has not steered me wrong yet. Even the movies he's produced that I've watched have been good. The Orphanage.
Splash? Like the 1980s Daryl Hannah Splash?
I think so.
Beats WALL-E.
That's weird.
Don't act like Splash is not improved by a robot.
It just kind of sounds like the old shitty 80s movie called Leviathan, but moving on.
What if it's about how they find a mermaid in the ocean, but they realize that it's like almost mortally wounded, but by this point we have cybernetic technology, someone's like, we can rebuild her, we can make her faster, stronger, we have the technology. I want Robomaid.
Okay, Evan, I think you need to go take a minute and take care of that, whatever it is you've got in your pants, and come back when you've calmed down.
Well, it sounds much better than the next movie we have to talk about, which is that we're getting two divergent movies that are supposed to finish up the series, Allegiant and Ascendant, because this is yet another one of those book trilogies for young adults that is being made into 4 movies because other studios have not figured out that the only reason Warner Brothers split up the last Harry Potter movie is because they had to and not for marketing reasons.
Right.
Seriously, it's common fucking... You know what? Let's talk about something that'll make us excited and happy. A remake we didn't know we want until they announced it. It became big news, and in hindsight, this really should have been the main story. This is so beautiful. This is one of those things, even if it's bad, it's still going to be good. We are getting a remake to King Kong versus Godzilla. I'm so happy!
I'm going to rain on the parade. It's going to suck terribly.
I'm with Rabbit on this one. I mean...
I don't care. They're fighting with modern-day special effects. This makes me happy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
you know what?
like Pacific Rim.
Yeah, if you want to do Godzilla versus Pacific Rim, I'm all for that. Or King Kong versus Pacific Rim, I'm all for that.
I kind of want them to cross over all three and make it so that it turns out that like Godzilla is one of the very first kaiju they had to fight in Pacific Rim, and they've been preparing for it for a long time, and it winds up being the origin of Mechagodzilla.
Yeah,
Really?
Hey,
I'm probably not
it
going to
should
see
be
that
noted
one.
that this is not getting in the way of the Godzilla sequel or Kong Skull Island. Those movies are going to come out first, and then they're going to cross over into King Kong versus Godzilla.
You know what? I'm honestly just fucking sick of King Kong films. Just
There's only
fucking
like,
sick of them.
God, there's not that many of them.
It doesn't matter. There are too many, and they're all bad. I don't care.
5.
Again, I don't care. None of them are good.
How
And I'm
about
just
Kevin
done.
Smith films? Are you sick of Kevin Smith films?
Well, he hasn't made a stinker yet, so no.
Well, we're getting Mallrats, the sequel to Mallrats, and it will be filming soon in Exton Square Mall.
Yes, I saw that. They finally found their mall. Trying to remember, isn't that in?
No word yet on whether or not he was able to get Ben Affleck to join in.
Oh, we can only hope.
Also, if you were a young adult in the 90s, the movie you've been waiting for is getting made. We are getting an Animorphs film. Because
Oh, boy.
we are going to scrape the bottom of this YA fucking barrel. John, are you getting flashbacks like I am to 10 years ago when they were so desperate for comic book properties that nobody had bought up the rights yet? They were buying them up before the comic was even being made.
Yeah, I remember that, and I think that's what they're doing now. Is it doesn't matter what the '90s property is, and as long as it's there.
Yeah, it'd be as pathetic as doing another Jeepers Creepers sequel. So
Hey, fuck you!
Creepers-
Fuck you! Jeepers Creepers is at least entertaining.
It is the best horror movie I know of made by a pedophile, yes.
Exactly. But you know what? Any film I get to watch Justin Long getting torn apart, I'm a happy camper.
I can't stand that movie. It has two of the dumbest fucking characters I've ever seen in a horror movie in it.
They're horror movie characters. They are intrinsically dumb and prone to dying painfully and quickly.
They are dumb compared to horror movie characters.
Well, again, it's a unique property. I'll take it. I'm waiting for another decent Hellraiser film.
That might be a while.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, really, that's... I think you sort of have to find a way to get a fire under the ass of Clive Barker for that, and he seems to be enjoying writing his novels too much to make that happen.
Yeah, I don't need Clive Barker for that. You know what? I think we need to get together with the folks who wrote Saw and just let them play with the Hellraiser property and see what they come up with.
The first few Saws.
Yeah, no. Anything past Saw 3 we're not talking about here.
James Wan especially.
Yeah.
And best part is, if you got James Wan, you don't need to spend a lot of money, because he does not like having a big budget. He'll find a way to make it happen. And finally, in just plain movie news, Zack Snyder has dispelled the rumor that his son is playing Robin in the upcoming Batman v Superman.
Well, good.
The fact that his wife produces all his film is enough nepotism, apparently, for his career.
Oh, that'll work.
Television! Coming out on home video, Lost in Space, The Complete Adventures, also a limited edition, and a robot packaging set. The complete series of The Returned, if you're thinking, well, how many seasons did it have? It had one, because it tanked. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Meet Casey Jones, and The Shredder Strikes. Now, where we may have been lacking in trailers for movies, boy, do we have them for TV. John, did you catch the 2-minute prologue to the new season of Doctor Who?
Yes, I did.
I can't wait to find out who they're talking about, but because it's Stephen Moffat, it'll probably just wind up to be the Master.
More than likely. Rabbit, are you having technical difficulties?
Yes.
Okay. Are we fixed now?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Rabbit, I look at you and I think Lady Gaga, which is why I'm bringing up American Horror Story Hotel, not because I need a weird segue.
No. Never would have thought that.
Did you see the trailer for that too, man?
Yeah.
Nope.
Did it look like Stanley Kubrick porn to you too?
Not so much Stanley Kubrick porn as in Stanley Kubrick Showtime After Hours softcore. Where the pornos where there's just a lot of boobs and making out and there's no actual penetration because they can't get away with that.
I actually really do want to see Stanley Kubrick's Cinemax now.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. No. Mm-mm. Nope. Moving on.
Trailer I have been waiting for came out. The teaser trailer for Jessica Jones.
That one I did not see.
Yeah, which also was announcing that the series will be out November 20th. Lots of purple, which if you've read the series Alias, you know why that is. But no, you'll like it. It was like a brief little James Bond opening credit sequence. It's really awesome. It's got a lot of attitude to it.
Awesome. Check it out.
Also, we got a trailer for Supernatural Season 11, where they get ready to fight the darkness.
I'm okay with this.
Cast magic missile at the darkness.
I just think about how the Rising Darkness was the main plot of the Constantine show, and I'm like, did somebody decide they can't abandon that plot line or something?
I will say, though, that in mention of the darkness, if there is not at least one episode where they play I Believe in a Thing Called Love, I will be disappointed. And at least one episode where there is a horse...
You were going to say they need to make a Louis Comics reference.
Actually, no, I was going to say, if there's not at least one episode where there's a horse stuck in mud and Dean is crying, trying to get it out, I will also be disappointed.
Oh, God.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get another outtake like years back when he did Eye of a Tiger, so this time it's him doing the never-ending story.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, I swear to God, Internet is going to start drawing Dean on a luck dragon.
Oh. Yeah! Speaking of insane throwbacks, for those of you who are Super Friends fans, but are, like us, disgusting perverts, you might enjoy Super Mansion, whose trailer just came out, releasing the October 8th release date for that show. John, please tell me you watched that too.
Which trailer?
Super Mansion.
No, I haven't yet. But I will get on it.
Yeah, it's a puppet show. Those old World Police and the animation technique used for Robot Chicken. And it's basically about all these superhero archetypes forced to live with each other and all the shit they get up to when they're between missions.
Okay, so it's drawn together?
Drawn together with a character called Jubot, and Superman is also an old man.
Yeah, okay, so it's drawn together. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Also, we got a first look at the Preacher poster, which I know that made you happy,
Yeah,
John.
that did make me happy, and I've been following that one for a while. I'm really anxious for that one to come out on AMC.
Yep. And we also know that it'll be airing May of next year.
Huzzah!
Oh, if you are a 90s DC Vertigo fan, you are very happy right now.
Hey, look, on the bright side, Evan, when you go to the viewing party, all you got to do is throw on some ratty clothes, no makeup needed, and you can just show up as Arseface.
Yeah, well, so do you with that beard, asshole. Anyway. Though, John, I think we should go ahead and say this now. How many seasons before people start hating Cassidy? I say season 3.
I'm not even giving him that long. I say season 2.
Now, you're going to love him first.
Yeah, which is what season 1's for. Then by season 2, you hate him.
Ooh. You know what needs to happen before people hate him, right?
Daryl Dixon's going to have to die?
No, that's not necessary. Unless he's killing Daryl.
But that would be a fun crossover.
Yeah, I'd like to see how that happens. We also, going on to DC's Legends of Tomorrow, got our first look at Hawkman and Hawkgirl. John, you're an artist. How did you feel about them?
No. No. I mean, yeah, and you know what? Yeah, they will ride forever in Valhalla, but you know what? They honestly look like 90s action film rejects. They really do. It looks like those costumes were designed for like
they look better than Shaq is.
Not by much. And
as
that's
long as
something.
Hawkman hits somebody in the face with a mace, I am good.
And the other thing, looking at it, I'm like, okay, how are we going to do the wings here? They're clearly going to be CG, but are they going to be shiny like the rest of them? God, I hope not.
They are made out of nth metal. Hey, it could be worse. They could decide that superhero is an excuse to do a romantic comedy. Speaking of Supergirl.
I mean, I really hate to say, just looking at their costumes, they look like prototype, for Wolverine's costume from the early X-Men's, from the early '90s or the mid '90s.
I actually have to agree with you on that. Shit.
Exactly.
That's actually a really good point.
Moving on.
Casting news. Richard E. Grant is joining the cast of Game of Thrones. We don't know who he's playing. We just know he's in there. My guess is that character will be sleazy as all get out.
Well, duh.
Yay! Aren't they all sleazy as all get out?
Pretty much.
And if anybody out there is worried that they'll never see the actors from Under the Dome again, well, Frank Whaley has joined the cast of Luke Cage as Detective Raphael Scarf.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
I'm just looking forward to Luke Cage in general. I'm hoping they find a way to keep it serious and modern like they did with Daredevil, but still give it that 70s blaxploitation feel.
This just really makes me want a remake of The Last Dragon.
Dude, I've been wanting a remake of that movie for a long time.
I want Busta Rhymes as Sho'nuff. Because no one else can play it.
Ooh, make the villain fucking P. Diddy.
No.
Yes.
That's Busta Rhymes, Sho'nuff.
No. There are two villains. There was Sho'nuff,
and there
was the record guy.
If you know what, if it's going to be the record guy, it's got to be Kanye.
No, I want him. You know why? Get him to the Greek.
Yeah.
I want to see another comedy performance from P. Diddy.
I never saw Get Him to the Greek.
Dude is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but with Kanye, we don't have to act. We can just let him be himself, and it's funny.
You said Kanye can act?
No, I said we don't have to let him act. We just let him be himself, and it's funny.
Yes, but that involves looking at Kanye.
I say CG and Tupac.
Nah. Though.
No, that's who should be playing Bruce Leroy.
CG
So
Tupac.
work with me here. We'll
make it a tribute to that fucking Bruce Lee movie where he wears the tracksuit. Just have like really, really bad attempts to make it look like it's Tupac.
I was going to say you could throw a couple of the members of the Wu-Tang Clan in there.
Dude, we will have every member of the Wu-Tang Clan involved in this, and not even because we
asked the Ghost of Old Dirty Bastard.
They will jump in on this.
Oh God, yeah.
They won't let us do it. They won't let it happen without them. In fact, the RZA's got it direct. There. Someone had to say it.
Hey, fuck you. Anybody who says it, I say fuck you. I enjoy the man with the iron fist. I got exactly what I expected out of that.
I really want the Ghost.
Say that as if you're disagreeing with me.
Direct.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just know some people say it was a horrible film, and I say fuck them.
Yeah, I enjoyed that film.
So the second one, not so much.
There was a second one?
It's on Netflix now.
Yep.
I'll have to
It
watch
went
it.
straight to direct. Like it's
Directed the second one?
Yeah, he directed and starred in the second one. It's straight on Netflix, and it is not very good. Hey guys, I hate to cut this short. I got to drop. I just got paged from the office, so I will try and get back on in a bit.
Right.
Okay.
Speaking of writers, bad or otherwise, there are lots of people who probably want to see George R. R. Martin dead these days because they killed off a favorite character at some point. Looks like you're gonna get your wish. as he has been cast in Z Nation as a random zombie.
George R. R. Martin? Really?
Yep.
As a zombie?
Yep.
Blue shirts, suspenders, and all. Like, don't even try to like dress him up like anything else. Just this is George R. R. Martin.
You know what I would love to see? Him, J. Michael Straczynski, and Joss Whedon as zombies when characters walk into a room and just see them sitting down near some typewriters.
Yeah.
That would make me so happy. Speaking of brain dead, moving on to show news. That is actually the name of the show, starring Scott Pilgrim vs. the World star Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Plays a young woman named Laurel, who's basically a political royalty. She comes from a Democratic family that's been in politics pretty much at least her whole life. She got out of it for a little while, but gets called back in to help out her little brother, where she finds out that the system is rigged. And not in the way we think it's rigged, so much as more in the they live kind of a way, as in aliens are taking over and eating people's brains.
Huh.
Well, that's weird.
So that should be
weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
Almost as weird as the gods of old walking around the U.S. My segue into American Gods.
Oh. Yeah.
Where since Brian Fuller, who you may know as the showrunner for Hannibal, is also the showrunner for American Gods, and he's pulled in his regular director, David Slade, to direct the pilot. Expect that to be leaked any minute.
Yay!
Also, if you think there's not enough Bruce Campbell on your television show,
There is
even with Ash versus the Evil Dead, some network apparently decided they agreed with you, and which is why we're getting the reality series, Bruce Campbell's Horrified.
Oh, is that where they cast the next greatest horror movie actor or actress?
No, it's where basically think Big Brother in a potentially haunted house where all the challenges and things they give them are based on old school horror movie tropes.
Well, that's cool.
Hosted by Bruce Campbell.
I could be okay with that.
I'd only be okay with it if Bruce took up the majority of the screen time.
Well,
Otherwise, it's just another shitty reality show that I don't want to watch.
well, if you want to see actual good programming that will genuinely disturb you, yet you just can't stop watching. In network news, Netflix is producing producing future episodes of the famous sci-fi series Black Mirror.
Nice.
Hang on, Black Mirror. What
Black
do I know
Mirror is
about
awesome.
one?
It's
A
on.
British series. Basically, right now everyone's looking at it as the modern heir to the Twilight Zone. I personally disagree with that, but I see where they're coming from, as it's basically looking at a dark extreme of modern technology in every episode.
It's really good.
If you think
it's on
horrible,
Netflix, you need to check it out.
Okay.
yeah. If you think horrible things are attached to sex on Game of Thrones, it has nothing on Black Mirror.
Is there boobies like in Game of Thrones?
No. And
Well,
you'll be happy for that, because there's no such thing as a sex scene in Black Mirror that will make you happy. In fact, one genuinely disturbed the fuck out of me, and it's one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I
I've
can tell
seen
you
the
saw it. You know
Serbian
exactly what sex scene I'm talking about, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen a Serbian film? There is nothing that can disturb me.
Yeah, you say that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moving on to video games. Releases this week, or at least the only ones I care about, World of Warships and Skylander Superchargers. In gaming news, for those of you who are playing Arkham Knight on the PC, a video has gone up recently that shows that someone has already worked out a Superman mod that will be coming out soon, apparently.
Huh.
God knows it will just get you across some of those expenses a lot faster. It's annoying when the bridges aren't all down. Also, Street Fighter V is introducing the franchise's very first Middle Eastern character, Rashid.
Huh.
Does he have a scimitar?
No, but he looks better than Ken.
Okay.
Also, it's been announced we are getting for the iOS the new game, Pokemon Go. The next in a series after Hitman Go and Tomb Raider Go, except unlike those, which were basically sort of like set puzzle game sort of a things, this is one where basically you're sort of interacting with the real world to capture and find Pokemon.
Yeah, I've seen stuff with that. It's augmented reality where you're like putting your phone around and it's like, oh look, it's a Pikachu, IRL. It's interesting. It's cool use of technology. I hope it doesn't suck.
We are that much closer to a holodeck.
Yep.
Oh God, when that happens,
Yeah.
you will not see me again. I will be in a
Society will.
When the holodeck happens, I'm just going to watch the sudden drop in the human population.
Where is everybody?
Because we all know the very first thing any of us is going to do with a holodeck is answer John's regular question about new technology. Can you fuck it?
Actually, I just want to get into a spaceship and fly the galaxy, but apparently you're of the I want to fuck the hologram variety.
No, I just know that let's be honest, there's people waiting for it just for that reason. It's me, I'm fucked up. I'm going to be a superhero. And probably I'll wind up finding a way to get a girl to join me in the holodeck, and the phrase "keep the mask on, it's better that way" will somehow pop up. Hopefully I'll be the one saying it. Moving on to comic books, with that in mind. Single issue recommendations this week: Robin, Son of the Bat, #4. Will Eisner's The Spirit, #3. Harley Quinn and Power Girl, #4. Agent Carter, S.H.I.E.L.D. 50th Anniversary Edition, #1. Lando, as in Lando Calrissian, #4. New series, these are all #1s. Captain America White, with Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. Voltron, From the Ashes, because fuck your Power Rangers. And D4VE, which is supposed to look like Dave. I honestly don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced because comic books. In graphic novels, Astro Boy Omnibus Volume 1 trade paperback, Creepy Volume 4 trade paperback, Swamp Thing by Scott Snyder Deluxe Edition hardcover, and Fade Out Volume 2 trade paperback. In DC News, I really need to look up to see if Warner Brothers is the company that released Man from U.N.C.L.E., because this reeks of company mandate.
Mm-hmm.
This Christmas we'll be starting the miniseries where Batman 66 meets the Man from U.N.C.L.E. Yes, a digital crossover comic between these two.
'Cause why not?
Well,
Yep.
Warner Brothers owns DC.
Right.
I'm guessing Warner Brothers released the movie.
Yep.
And how much you want to bet Christmas is around about the time the Blu-ray and DVD is coming out?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can think of no fucking reason why these two should coexist with each other.
They should.
It makes no sense. Did somebody really want to see Robin interact with the Russian guy?
Yep.
Speaking of things that probably shouldn't happen, we got to look at two more of the variant covers for the upcoming The Dark Knight 3, The Master Race. And why did someone in editorial allow that title? Shit. Frank Miller, what is wrong with you? And for those of you who are worried that when Suicide Squad, the movie, comes out, we won't have enough Harley Quinn, DC is here to answer your prayers. We are getting a second Harley Quinn ongoing series.
Hooray!
Considering Considering how rare it is for a series focusing on a villain to succeed, I don't know what. I think it's some kind of record that she's getting a second ongoing. I don't know.
Because it's popular.
Yeah.
In my mind, she's still voiced by Tara Strong.
As she should be.
In Marvel news, we are getting a Red Wolf ongoing series. And no, I have no fucking clue who this character is. He seems to be new.
Okay.
I do know who the other character getting an ongoing series is. Patsy Walker, a.k.a. Hellcat, has been announced by Marvel. Patsy Walker is a character from a romance comic from way back in the 50s and 60s that will never go away. I'm not saying she should. I enjoy the character. I just have no fucking clue how she got her own series. She's an Avenger? But then again, who wasn't? I think at some point Nick or Rabbit were Avengers.
I probably was.
In a very Wonder Twins kind of way, maybe, but... Also, we are getting a Rocket Raccoon and Groot comic.
Yeah.
Because...
Yeah, that was bound to happen.
Of course we are. Well, Rocket Raccoon already has his own solo series.
Right.
Groot also had his own solo series announced, but I guess someone decided, wait, why are we separating these two? And right now, I'm just going to look at them and go like, the entire Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be the new 1990s era Wolverine. Or at some point, you have to look at all the appearances they're making and go, when do they have time for all this shit? Also, for those of you who are Spider-Man fans and need an excuse to read the upcoming Invincible Iron Man series, Mary Jane Watson is going to be a regular character in that book. Turns out this is a result of Invincible Iron Man writer Brian Michael Bendis, while sitting down with the usual meeting with all the writers and editors of Marvel as they decide what they're going to do for the next year, was shocked and disturbed to find out nobody was doing anything with Mary Jane Watson. He refuses to say what the relationship between Mary Jane Watson and Tony Stark will be, saying that that will be a big part of why you should read the series, which she will be making her appearance on issue number 4. I am personally hoping that they will not have sex with each other, as I do not want to find out what the exposure of all of Tony Stark's STDs can do to a woman. Speaking of past love interest of Spider-Man and Deadpool, Marvel has announced a one-shot featuring their new alternate Deadpool character, Gwenpool.
Oh, God.
Because Gwen Stacy is the dead character that just keeps on giving. Hello, Momo.
No.
How are you doing? Did you miss being on the internet, Momo? Have you decided our ratings aren't high enough?
Oh, God.
I love you, Momo. Your timing is shit. You're laughing. I'm the only one showing any signs of having pussy on this show.
No.
Moving on.
Yeah.
And finally, for those who want a good look at what Marvel will be like post the big Secret Wars event that's been going on all summer and will continue into the fall, all new, all different Point One number 1 will be jumping 8 months ahead to give you a glimpse of that, featuring characters such as the Maestro from the classic Incredible Hulk storyline, Daredevil, and others. In manga news, it has been announced that we have about 3 more years of Attack on Titan left.
That could be all right.
Yep. Oh, I think the guy has a plan.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what it says. I'm really curious about where the Titans come from and everything.
Yeah.
I'm really also curious about why they let people continue to live and breed for 100 years before they're like, let's knock down this wall. God. That just makes me wish there was a Ronald Reagan Titan that was going, "We're here to knock down this wall." Not JFK, but still.
That was JFK.
In indie comic news, Dark Horse has named David Marshall as its new editor-in-chief. And finally, because I put anything which is actual print under the comics banner, in publishing news, I don't know what to make of this. Fox, the same Fox owned by Ted Turner, the same Fox that brings us the network, 20th Century Fox, and Fox News, has bought National Geographic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Wait a minute. Are you talking Ted Turner of Turner Broadcasting?
Yeah, I believe that is the man who owns Fox, yes.
He doesn't own... Well, Fox Movies? Fox Studios?
Yep.
Or Fox in general?
Fox in general.
Fox in general is ran by... Oh, God. I don't think Turner runs it. Also, Ted Turner is actually really good for National Geographic. He's a giant environmental nut and loves nature. He's the reason why Captain Planet was created.
I hope you're right, because I don't want Fox News anywhere near National Geographic in even the most peripheral of ways.
It won't. If Turner owns it, it will be its own separate entity and will actually go around talking about how shitty oil companies are.
Oh, okay. I'm good with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that'll depress us, time for obituaries. This week, we lost Jean Darling at the age of 93, who was in the first Broadway run of Carousel back in 1945. If you are a fan of the old show Laugh-In, Judy Carn has passed away at the age of 76. Martin Milner of Adam 12, 83. And child star Dick Moore from the silent film The Beloved Rogue has passed away at 89. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a little happy that for the first time in a long time, almost everyone in the obituaries column was a senior citizen. We've had way too many people in their 30s and 20s lately.
Yeah.
Now for what makes us happy. Science.
Science! There's nothing good.
A student in Canada has discovered a galaxy called Epsilon Lupi. Or Lupi. I'm probably mispronouncing that. I'm not a scientist. It is a binary system, which means it has two stars, not one, that work in conjunction with each other, and it has actually got a full-on massive galactic-sized magnetic field.
Hang on, say that again?
The two stars in the binary system are actually producing a magnetic field around each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's apparently a big deal. Also, we have discovered a galaxy that has the catchy name of EGS8P7, which, as far as we know, is the oldest galaxy in the universe.
Huh. Oh, the oldest one we could ever see. Isn't that the one where we thought it was actually impossible to see it because it was so long ago that the light couldn't have possibly gotten to us?
Yes, and we were only able to see it by altering... I'm putting this in the loosest, most unscientific terms possible. Basically, we somehow adjusted a telescope so it was looking at other parts of the light spectrum, and we're able to see it through what is essentially that same strobe effect that allows you to see an after image of something if it's moving faster than your eye can catch it.
Oh, that and probably a shit ton of gravitational lensing.
Yep. But now for the part I have been waiting for in medical science. I actually get to say this in real life. Someone looked at a man in Spain, a Spanish man with cancer, and said, "We can rebuild him." We can make him faster, stronger. We have the technology. Or at the very least, we can take a 3D printer and give him a titanium rib cage. Because that's what the fuck we did.
It's pretty cool.
It's still looking.
Who else wants... Okay, I was this close to saying I want to have my rib cage perhaps again replaced with titanium, but no, that would hurt. Still, awesome. Hope that thing is bulletproof.
We are so close. We are so close to having adamantium skeletons. This is...
Fuck that. I want RoboCop. I want a half-man, half-robot hybrid that shoots rapists in the dick. Moving on to miscellaneous. September 26th has officially been announced as Batman Day.
Batman Day.
Yep. Find a criminal and beat the shit out of him, for it will be Batman Day.
Yep.
Remember your prayer. Our Batman, who art in Gotham, cowled be thy mane. Also, apparently Disney decided the best way to announce new Star Wars merchandise, as well as a series of cars based off of the design of the Stormtrooper helmets, is to have Stormtroopers dancing in the middle of Times Square.
Yep.
Seems like a good idea.
Now I just want a group of dancing Stormtroopers everywhere I go.
You can hire them.
Speaking of Star Wars, do we have any Loot Crate fans in the house?
Loot Crate?
Yep.
I've never used it.
Well, apparently somebody has teamed up with, I'm guessing Disney, for licensing rights, to have a Star Wars themed box delivery service called Smuggler's Bounty, where once a month they will send you a box, my guess is with a theme each month, of just random geek stuff, all Star Wars related, just for you, as a part of a regular subscription service, similar to Loot Crate and several other geek box kind of services.
Huh.
So if you are really into Star Wars and you really like those subscription box services, good news for you.
Yep.
Also, who here is familiar with How It Should Have Ended?
Yeah, I follow those guys every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, apparently they have been doing their shtick for 10 years now, and in celebration of that and of the upcoming Batman v Superman movie, they have decided to do a parody of Taylor Swift's Bad Blood titled Bat Blood. One, Batman can't sing, and two, it's Superman the Justice League versus Batman and pretty much every action film character you can imagine.
Yeah,
and Doc Brown.
Because why not?
Damn it, Star Wars pops up again. I should have put those together. Okay, Disney is starting construction for the Star Wars theme section of their park in Disney World, I'm guessing. Next year, it has been announced it is happening. Hopefully, it's an actual Millennium Falcon that they'll let me pilot.
I'm more interested in whether or not they actually build the Death Star.
Yeah,
I believe Disney will blow up a planet to prove their point, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And another video that came out this week, someone decided to reimagine Dennis the Menace as if he was all grown up and said, what would he be like? And apparently, he would fight a mugger. In a fight that was as staged as it was bloody. And our final piece of news for the evening. Japan, wanting to prove that they know how to do geek and cool like no other country can, All Nippon Airways has revealed their R2-D2-based jet.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. It's glorious. Don't act like you don't want to fly on it, Rabbit.
I do not know. I am cagey.
Don't act like you don't want to fly it.
I would fly it if they let me, because that would be awesome, because flying anything would be awesome.
Oh god, imagine if I actually had a joy port in the back with an actual RGT2.
Oh, then I wouldn't be flying. Oh wait, that's kind of like actual flying.
Yep.
And that does it this week for news. We laughed, we cried, we lost John.
Yep.
Yep.
Amazing. It's like we're destroying horror movie tropes every time that happens.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do? And of course, as usual, we brought up the question that always gets asked in new technology, can you fuck it?
Very important.
And yet, even without Jixie, we still bring up Muppet sex at least once every episode.
Velveting Muppet sex.
Yes, you missed it. Someone mentioned something about juicing a ham. And that does it for this week. As we leave you with those dirty thoughts, I'm going to get out of here, prepare for my week of vacation where I work on other stuff, and at some point after this show, watch Fear the Walking Dead.
Yep.
I don't know about you guys. I'm just going to assume that Nick's going to be masturbating, and Rabbit will do pretty much the same thing, but tears may be involved.
No.
Don't know if they're his.
No.
It's from
All
the
I know
Velveting
is
Muppet sex.
Huh?
Nothing.
Those poor Muppets. We will see you next week, as we do every week on Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You all have a good
No.